What if the public craves and demands that your next fight is David Benavidez? You open to doing that?
Stephen A. Smith, known for his blunt takes, has issued a bold warning. This time, his words are directed straight at boxing superstar Canelo Alvarez.
Looking at Canelo, and I'm like, yo, you that dude. You that dude. Why are you not fighting? It'll be one thing to avoid it for a fight or two. But when you are literally cherry picking one after another, numerous fights where you are passing up David Benavidez, it is a travesty. It is a travesty that that fight has not happened. David Benavidez deserves the shot at the crown, at the giant. He deserves that shot, and he should get it.
At the center of his concern is David Benavidez, the undefeated powerhouse often called the Mexican Monster. For Canelo, Stephen A. suggests this matchup isn't just another fight. It could be a career-defining moment, one that carries both opportunity and serious risk.
That's just BS. Anybody who knows boxing, everybody who watches boxing knows that David Benavidez is the real deal. Now, that doesn't mean he'd beat you, because anybody could fall if you catch him right. We know who you are, Canelo. You big time. But you getting ready to fight. Mengoa, look, you are elite. You are big time. No doubt about that. But it is clear with what you're saying that you are ducking Benavidez. Not because you haven't fight him, but because of the words that you're using. He's nothing. You know better. Fight that man. David Benavidez deserves that. Anybody who respects boxing knows he should be the man in the ring going up against you.
Canelo's long-standing aura of dominance built over nearly 10 years came crashing down. The fighter, once viewed as unbeatable, suffered a loss that shook the boxing world. A reminder that technical skill can triumph over sheer size.
What does this mean for Canelo? You lost to Floyd.
You did.
You lost to Bivol. I don't care anyone says you lost to Golovkin. You lost to Terence Crawford. So you've lost to
the elite.
The elite.
I think it shows that Canelo is the elite.
Yeah.
But he's not the special elite.
Okay.
I think we can use that word because there's elite. Because Canelo Alvarez is elite. You can be world level, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're fighting Canelo with different.
Yeah.
But then there's the special elite.
Yeah.
There's the where you look at them and you think, I'm watching something special in Canelo, but I'm watching something very special in Floyd, Golovkin, Terence Crawford, and Bivol, our guy. Yeah. That just shows how good Beterbiev is as well. We got two special fighters at 175.
No, for real. I don't think it hinders Canelo
it doesn't.
as much.
I don't think it does.
But in terms of, I guess there was a conversation about is he the greatest Mexican? I think that's Chavez now.
Yes.
I think that's kind of.
Yet, in securing his own legacy, Crawford also highlighted the most glaring weakness in Canelo's career narrative.
The things that I see, okay, from Canelo is that when you move to his weak side, there's exposure on that side from him, okay? When you get around to the weak side, meaning his lead hand side, okay, he has to turn all the way around, and it takes him some time because of his footwork, okay? His footwork isn't the greatest. Crawford will be able to take advantage of those moments. But as the fight continues, I'm telling you right now, Crawford will start to mount an attack if he's still there. If he's still there after 4 damn rounds.
You know, that's saying something. Tim Bradley, that is saying something. If he's still there. Does Tim actually believe that Canelo has that amount of power or the difference of weight to take out Crawford in 4 rounds? I don't think so. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. But if he's still there, Timothy Bradley, that's a lot. That's saying a lot.
He will start to mount an attack. He will. And we know that later on, we know that Canelo starts to fade late. Okay? And the indication of frustration from Canelo Alvarez is when he starts to drop both hands. When he stops getting out of that, when he stops using that high guard, okay? That's one indication when Canelo is like, okay, this isn't working. All right, let me try something else. Let me drop my hands. Let me see if I can get this guy to throw shots at me or something to change things up. Another indication that things are not going nowhere, if you see Canelo not well, you see Canelo sit along the ropes and he'll bite Crawford in, okay? If it ever gets to that point right there, then you know that Crawford is doing a damn good job. But for the time being, Crawford's gonna have to let those damn hands go.
We already know. We knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
In the aftermath, many analysts concluded that Crawford had revealed the blueprint to dethrone the champion. It wasn't sheer power that did the damage, but rather sharp speed, clever use of angles, and a precise jab that threw Canelo off his rhythm from start to finish.
It makes me horny.
Yeah, baby.
To tell you I told you so.
I told you.
I predicted the Canelo Crawford fight like a goddamn fortune teller.
You're the Oracle?
Canelo's feet were cemented on the canvas as he was hitting air. What the fuck was that? Props to Crawford.
Thank you.
He came up 3 weight classes and fought a beautiful fight.
Good job.
What a great performance.
Did you get what you was looking for?
Like taking candy from a baby.
My candy!
He just played with Canelo, made him look silly. And before you start with your shit about Canelo being old, just know that Crawford is older.
I'm too old.
That's not an excuse here.
That strategy laid bare Canelo's struggles against a high-tempo assault. And while the world applauded Crawford's historic triumph, another figure observed from the background, feeling completely vindicated.
I feel like you ducked him to the video. I don't know if y'all heard, but y'all see all the money he got offered for that shit. Like, he got offered a lot of money for that fight.
How much? I heard it was something like a 90-10 split.
Yeah, it was like, Benavidez would take $5 million and he'd get like 40 or, I don't know if it was 40 or 80 million. It was something crazy though. But you turn that down and, bro, 5 million to what you, I'm gonna say it's 40 million, right? You taking 40 and he getting 5 and you don't want to fight him, you're fucking scared. I don't care what nobody's saying, like, you're fucking scared. Because even if I know I'm gonna lose, if in my head I know this dude could beat me, I'm getting 50 mil for this fight, bro, I've been on top for a long time already. I'm not getting no younger. Take the fucking fight, make it, you feel me? Fight! That's what you're doing this shit for, what the fuck are you scared of?
David Benavidez is a very different kind of threat. He brings blazing hand speed of his own. But unlike Crawford, he pairs it with relentless, suffocating pressure that only a fighter of his size can deliver.
Canelo, just domination. I was hurt, I ain't gonna lie, because I've been a fan of Canelo since I was a kid. So my heart, a tear almost came on my eye, I ain't gonna lie, because it felt like, you know, that Canelo is done. But I just think he was a little off that night. I think he can, you know, make a big comeback. But to Crawford, man, he's the greatest of this era. You gotta give it to him, greatest of this era. Nobody's ever done that before, 3-time undisputed. So you gotta take your hats off to Crawford. And I was just shocked that he was able to just dismantle Canelo like that, you know, even with the size difference. That just goes to show size is.
I'm a huge David Benavidez fan. I love Canelo as well, but I don't like the fact that Canelo has taken so long to give him a match. And I just applaud David Benavidez because he ducks no one. Watch yourself. I just applaud the fact that he ducks no one. And he's ready to fight at all times. He is the Mexican monster. Sometimes I'm wondering, is somebody going to hurt him because he's right there in front of them. He doesn't move, but he clearly shows he can take a punch and he can damn sure give one with either hand. He's got speed, he's got power, he's got boxing ability, he's got heart. And I don't know if there's a bigger fan of David Benavidez than me. I really I got a lot of love for his skills.
The strategy Crawford crafted with skill and precision is one Benavidez could apply with raw power, turning those same openings into fight-ending opportunities. For years, Benavidez has been the looming threat Canelo chose not to confront. The undefeated 2-time champion in Canelo's own division, a relentless force of nature too often overlooked and avoided.
I want to whoop David Benavidez's ass. Look, I'm going to be the first one to ever call this person out. I want to fight Benavidez.
Get out of here, bro.
Yeah, I want to fight Benavidez.
You're crazy, dude.
No.
Which Benavidez?
David.
Jose?
David. I want to fight David Benavidez.
What?
Yeah, bro. Mexican monster, man. They call me the boogeyman over here.
You're not serious, obviously.
I'm being serious.
You're being serious?
Yeah.
You're going to move up to, you want to move up to light heavyweight to fight David Benavidez?
Yeah. You think you can still make 68?
David at 168? Yeah. So that, okay, now we're starting to formulate things. So you want him to come to 68 in a
Yeah.
And you'll go to 68.
Yeah, I'll go 68. I'll fight him at 68.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to fight the Mexican monster. Boo. Scary face. Roar.
Canelo's defeat at the hands of a smaller opponent felt like the ultimate "I told you so" for Benavidez and his team. It reinforced their long-standing claim that Canelo had been steering clear of the real dangers at 168 pounds. The champion wasn't toppled by a bigger man, but by a quicker one, sparking the question of what might happen if he faced a relentless pressure fighter with Benavidez's size and power.
For some reason, he's hiding. You can't find him. So if somebody sees Canelo, let him know that, they send him an email and they give him the biggest offer of his life. So we're here waiting to see if he wants to make it happen with the person that he said that hasn't fought nobody. He has not done anything in boxing. It should be an easy fight. Why not take all that money? But I'm guessing he's going to go the easy route. He's going to probably fight Berlanga, McGregor or something like that. So, man, that's a disgrace, for boxing. It's embarrassing, when he said that David hasn't fought nobody, and then he's going to fight Berlanga, that he got let go from Top Rank because they were losing money on him and they didn't really see a big future for him.
And no one was more vocal about this than Stephen A. Smith.
I'm tired of missing out on these fights. And I want the boxing community, because y'all cover it more than me, you cover it better than me, because you live it and breathe it and eat it every day. Could you help a brother out? How much help can I give y'all to help put pressure on these promoters to give us the damn fights we want to see? I want Canelo versus Benavidez. I don't want Benavidez fighting Beterbiev. I want him fighting his natural weight class, super middleweight, against Saul Canelo Alvarez. That is the fight we should all be demanding. That brother has earned a shot. And I understand Canelo, the businessman. He's like, he had to go through a lot and had to fight through everybody before he got on the top of the mountain where he could dictate terms. I totally understand that. And I'm not throwing no shade on Canelo. I'm just saying, we want to see this fight, especially if Benavidez handles his business this weekend. Canelo, we deserve.
For years, his cautions were brushed aside as nothing more than media noise. Stephen A. had repeatedly insisted on national television that Canelo's unwillingness to face Benavidez would eventually backfire. He warned that chasing smaller, stylistically safer fights while avoiding the most dangerous challenge in his own division was a risky gamble. After the Crawford fight, those warnings no longer sounded like criticism, they looked like prophecy.
There are very few things that piss me off, contrary to what you would normally believe. But I love the sport of boxing. And I gotta tell you, I'm so disgusted. They're just rumors that Canelo Alvarez, Saul Canelo Alvarez, is talking about fighting the bigger Charlo this time around, Jamal Charlo, the natural 168 pounder, okay? I'm like, what about David Benavidez, the natural super middleweight, who's 28-0 with 24 knockouts, who's been begging for Canelo to get into the ring with him? It really ticks.
Stephen A.'s criticism quickly shifted into a blistering post-mortem. He argued that this defeat was born from Canelo's own hubris, a form of karma for sidestepping the matchup fans had long demanded. The warnings had been clear, but they were ignored, and now the fallout was visible for the world to witness. On national television, Stephen A.'s frustration turned into a spectacle. This wasn't just boxing commentary, it was a public prosecution, he declared, his voice charged with raw anger. And importantly, this wasn't buried on a niche boxing outlet. It played out on ESPN's flagship program, First Take.
This is the stuff that's driving me crazy about boxing. Canelo Alvarez, where's the fight against David Benavidez? Love Canelo. I want to see him fight David Benavidez. I don't want to see him fighting Munguia. I don't want to see him fighting an undersized Charlo. I don't want to hear about Terrence Crawford moving up not one, not two, but 3 weight classes to fight Saul Canelo Alvarez. I want the fights that we want to see when we want to see them. You're the super middleweight champion of the world at 168 pounds. It's about the fights that we want to see. I think that Canelo should fight David Benavidez or Jamal Charlo. Okay, now Charlo might be a little bit too small for him since he moved up to light heavyweight to do this fight. And I don't see him fighting too much at the super middleweight division, but I'm tired of this guy being unblemished in his career and these big fights Charlo is not getting. He deserves them. He should have them if he wants them, even if I wouldn't pick him against Canelo. He deserves the shot if that's what he wants. But this kid, David Benavidez, is special. And if there's a person that has earned the right to be in the ring against Canelo Alvarez, which would be absolutely positively box office, that would be a fight everybody would want to see. There is no reason
Would First Take go?
for him. Hell yes.
Okay.
I'd want to go there. For Benavidez, Benavidez is the real deal. I love Benavidez, and I want to see, and he deserves a fight of this magnitude. What if the public craves and demands that your next fight is David Benavidez? You open to doing that?
We'll see. Why not? If the money is correct, why not? I can fight him Saturday night too.
Saturday night too. So you think you think you'll beat him up too? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, of course. I beat that guy. If the money is the money is that correct? I fight that guy and I beat that guy the same night.
You can run, but you can't hide. People want that fight. Everywhere you go, they see Canelo, they ask him about the Mexican Monster. Everywhere I go, they ask me about Canelo. They want to see that fight. So that name of David Benavidez, he's not going to be able to go to sleep until he fights David Benavidez. And that's a little thing that he just needs to take care of in order to make history. And if he doesn't do that, there's always going to be that.
He said, like, he came to watch me, the fight and shit.
So
and then they're like, oh, you think he's... In my head, I'm like, what do you think Eddie Reynoso's thinking about? He's like, are we gonna fight David Benavidez after seeing this fight? In his head, Eddie Reynoso was like, fuck no, we're not fighting him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, honestly, I don't blame Canelo. It's fucked up because there's a lot of money.
It's not even about the money. It's not about the money.
Yeah, but okay, 100 million, dude. You think you kidding me?
The first step, when you're a fucking warrior, bro, the only thing you think about is glory. I've never thought about money. I've been smart. I'm negotiating my shit. But it's always a prize, bro. It's always, if I go out there and beat Canelo, bro, I'm a legend. You know what I mean? That I'm gonna live forever in boxing as a legend. That means way more to me than any type of money.
And I think that separates you too, David. And I admire that shit about you. I was like that at one point. Now how much you giving me?
Yeah.
and not to just bypass him. Shout out to Morel as well.
Yeah, shout out to Morel.